Celebrations are, of course, taking place, and hoping to keep the island's roadways safe, the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign has been launched. With me now to talk about this endeavor is DPW Office of Highway Safety Program Coordinator Ms. Pat Unkanko, and from the Guam Police Department, Sergeant John Begafor, both good friends of ours. Thank you both for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, good of you also to take time out of your busy holiday schedule. But yes, what you're also doing for the community in this regard is very, very important. So Pat, maybe set us off and everything. Exactly what does the campaign take place, and what range of activities are involved?
Okay, originally the campaign, Jason, commenced actually on Friday, December 16, and it will end on January 2nd, right after New Year's. The campaign is a national high visibility enforcement campaign, also in combination with the outreach education on the dangers and consequences of impaired driving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sarge, so for GPD's Boys and Girls in Blue, what are you guys doing out on the streets to help keep the island's roadway safer? Because we've heard about Operation Blue Fire, and of course there's Operation Dragon, which we've covered and everything. So specific to this this effort.
On the enforcement aspect, Jason, basically high visibility is a key thing, and hard, aggressive enforcement. Just a little bit of background. Again, GPD is divided into two districts. District 1, which comprises of Tumuning and Delaro Precinct. I'm assigned to District 2, which is Agate and Hagatna Precinct. Captain Mark Chaffrus, who's the programs manager, federal programs manager, had created a schedule for enforcement. So with District 2, we're going to be doing hardcore DUI checkpoints as well as roving. Sometimes on a weekend we'll have a checkpoint and roving. So again, a schedule is set, and from between now until the first week of January, that's what we'll be doing.
Now, of course, you're a veteran of the force, and you've been patrolling Guam streets for many years. In your opinion, having seen so much of what goes on over such a long period of time, how effective is enforcement and deterrence when you guys are visibly out there?
Just like the criminals won't commit crimes when the police is around. That's pretty much how it goes. But with DUI roving and checkpoints, a checkpoint set up as a deterrent. When we're out there roving is when people should be concerned, because they don't know. Sometimes we may be in semi-marked vehicles, the minimum lights and siren, minimal markings, the red light you run or disobey, we might just be there watching you. That's what's really unique about a roving DUI enforcement. People find out where the checkpoints are, they take alternate routes. Nowadays, I'm seeing more designated drivers, which is great. Big Navy, the United States Navy is a big advocate. The military in general is a big advocate of that. But I'm encountering out in the streets more designated drivers. And that just means they're being educated, and they're taking advantage of that program.
All right, that's a good word. Okay, Pat, so exactly what events are scheduled and what's going on? Because I understand there are a whole slew of things that the community can take part in.
We kicked off the campaign, Jason, on last Tuesday, with the proclamation signing from the Governor's Chief of Staff, Frank Ariola. And then on the 19th, just last Friday, we also kicked off our wave, where our sub-grantees, as well as our partners for highway safety, as well as our coalition team, military partners, came out and waved to the general public, the motoring public, shall I say, about about how they should drive. I mean, not to drink and drive. They need to buckle up, as usual, just to be safe on our roads. And bus driving is drunk driving, and of course, designate a sober driver when you plan to go out and party.
A licensed sober driver.
Yeah,
there you go.
A licensed. Okay.
Nice addition right there. So right. I'd like to ask you the same question like I asked to Sergeant Begafor, based on your own experience and with those activities, and you're visibly out in the community, and you guys have a physical presence, and there's a great number of you. What's the effectiveness you're seeing, and is the message being passed on to the community, especially these days when it's so busy and there's so many people out there?
Right. Okay. Of course, the holiday season is the happiest time of the year. You know that, right? People get irresponsible sometimes and very busy. So that's why we normally would go into the school system. Okay, that's where we concentrate our efforts. And Officer Baggy here can also let you know that it is very effective, especially with the young children. I know they're in their vehicles or their parents' vehicles when their parents get behind the wheel. And, I know they're there, they're empowering their parents to let them know that that's not being responsible. So I really think it has shown some sort of impact by us going out there and educating the public.
All right, good job. So, Sarge, we're going to end with you, and real quickly, if we could, because we're going to go to our next guest later on. We've got the Attorney General coming in and the Chief Prosecutor. But has there been an increase or decrease in DUI activity since the very popular book and confine policy was put into place?
You know, the activities is, meaning the enforcement activities is pretty much par. But I was able to obtain some numbers from Rico Blanken for GPD Records and ID. Thank you, Rico. From January to July of 2010, we're looking at 158 DUI arrests. This year, from January to July, and again, the mandatory book and confine started in August of 2010, we're looking at 101. So there's a slight drop in arrests. The message is getting out there. One number less is one number better, in my opinion.
Exactly.
You know, and we hope to one day that the goal of the Guam Police Department is to have 0 fatalities. So that's what we're looking at, and maybe one day we'll achieve that.
All right, very well stated. Well, unfortunately, we got to go to commercial, but we do appreciate the both of you taking time out once again and for doing all you do for the community and for coming by and giving us the information.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Jason.
me.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. All right, and stay tuned because we will be back right after this. Please stay with us.